Hello and welcome to the Kristin Carrera podcast. I am Kristin. If you have been following along, thank you so much. And if you are new, please make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, follow along, and comment. I'd love to hear where you are on your journey. If you're new to carnivore, are you dabbling into the lion diet? Did you start the lion diet with me? Even if you're not in my group, I would love to hear all the details in the comments. So today we are discussing day 14 of the lion diet challenge. I'm almost at the halfway mark and I cannot be more excited because I seriously have struggled with mentally just wanting to stay in this. And I'll tell you why. I wrote yesterday on Nostr, I said, should I quit or should I just keep going and stay committed to what I've already committed to? And so these are the reasons why I want to quit. I want to quit because I miss my cheese and I miss my coffee. And I know coffee is not strict carnivore, but I do plan on implementing coffee again when I finish to see if it did cause any reactions to my body, like my anxiety or my sleep habits. So far, everything has been the same. I still have gotten anxious. I had that one really, really bad anxiety episode where it was like a panic attack and I don't know where that came from. So I don't know. I don't see that. I do not think, okay, so let me backtrack. When I mentioned this to you guys the other day, I got a few comments like, well, the meat's not causing your panic attack. I don't think it's the meat. I really don't. So let's make that clear. But I was just talking out loud like I do. I don't plan my podcast. I have a few notes of what I ate and what I did so I can kind of go over that with you. But I just kind of come in here and talk like we're having a conversation, like I'm talking to a friend. And so I was just expressing that I just don't know where it's coming from because it just hit me so hard. And I haven't had a panic attack like that since starting carnivore. So what could it be if I'm only eating ruminant meats, I'm only eating tallow, and I'm only having salt? Like, what could have triggered that? And this is where I think that sometimes, even though a lot of people on carnivore want to say that the that can take away your anxiety. I hear a lot of testimonies that a lot of people have gotten rid of their anxiety, and that is absolutely great. But for me, I still have dabbles in between of anxiety. Has it gotten better? Yes. Oh my gosh, has it gotten better? I used to have anxiety every single day, all day long, and I don't have that anymore. Today, I haven't had anxiety so far. Yesterday, I had a little bit of anxiety, but I was working on some things for work and having discussions about things that make me uncomfortable. And so those kind of things trigger my anxiety. And so sometimes I just think that our anxiety is also triggered from possible traumas. It could just be triggered by things, stressors, right, in life. So we have to take that into consideration. And so when I was thinking about like, should I quit? Should I not? Those are the reasons that I want to quit. I feel that I still have a little bit of anxiety, so that hasn't changed. My sleep feels about the same. I'm still tired first thing in the morning. I still have what I thought was inflammation, my neck and my low back really hurting, which now I'm just like, it's probably not inflammation. It's probably just my bulging disc. And I have a herniated disc in my low back. And maybe I did something that triggered it. And now it's quite not going away. I have to make an appointment for the chiropractor. And so it's a lot. It's a lot, right? So the reasons I don't want to quit. The reasons I don't want to quit is because I committed to this 30-day challenge. It's 30 days. And as long as it feels that these 30 days are taking forever, it's really in reality only 30 days. Okay, so I can do this. I have a group that I'm hosting with Dr. Morales. We have a group going with people who are looking at us for advice and help and guidance and seeing our struggles. I share my struggles in my chat, along with the positive stuff. So I have more energy, and I haven't seen much of a change, unfortunately, for me, because I've been on the carnivore way of eating already since January. So I haven't seen that much change, but I have seen Other people mentioned their change, not feeling depressed anymore. That's a huge one of the people in there. A couple of them have been struggling through it. It is a very, very hard challenge unless you have not done carnivore at all and then you're going into the lion diet. It's going to be mentally hard to push through and get used to just eating ruminant meats, salt, and water. But you're going to see a big change if you're coming from a standardized diet and you're coming into the lion diet. You're going to see that change. But remember that our bodies are transitioning. You can be oxalate dumping. You could catch the keto flu. There are so many things that your body is going through. So you need to give your body time to adjust, and you need to give your body the love and the time to really just start healing. So remember that if you're starting from a standardized diet and you're feeling like crap, it will pass. It will pass. I promise you. Even coming from carnivore to lion, I guess because I did have dairy and the coffee, and I had a little bit of raw honey, more of the animal based. I probably had a little bit of oxalate dumping, and I thought at first it might be a little bit of the caffeine withdrawal, but I really only had the migraine on day one, which I think was really due to my body almost catching a cold. I had a little bit of sinus pressure because after that, I haven't really had like one of those big migraines. I have had the neck tension headaches, but I think that's just coming from my bulging disc. So the other thing is that I know that if I quit the way that I am, my mind is going to continue to play what if. What if I would have finished? Would I've seen different results? Would I've seen something change, a shift somewhere? I still have 15, 16 more days, right? So we don't know. I don't know until I finish it, until I commit. So I'm committed. I'm not quitting, but it definitely has been a journey. So that's where I'm at right now in my mental space. But let's talk day 14. So day 14, I did wake up. I woke up tired, like I said, I always wake up, but I got my workout in. I got the kids ready, and then I laid back down, took a shower, laid back down in bed, and fell asleep until 9 a.m. when my son woke me up. This has been a really bad routine that I've created, but I'm tired still. Even after waking up and doing my workout, I am tired. Now, once I get up and get going, I have energy throughout the day. Thank goodness. Lots and lots of good energy. I have not been having to take my electrolytes, so that's a plus. I just have that natural energy from the meat and the fats that I'm eating. For my first meal, I had it at 11 o'clock in the morning, and I had strip steaks. They kind of come already in little strips like for fajitas. All I did was saute it in the pan with tallow, added salt afterwards, and it takes less than 5 minutes. Absolutely delicious meal. I'm actually going to buy more of that because that was really, I was able to break that up into like 3 to 4 meals, and it was really easy to just throw it in the pan to saute real quick in tallow and be done with it. That is a really, I am going to be doing that even going back in carnivore. This was like a really, really easy, very tender meat. So I'm gonna do that more often. And then we went out. We had to do some errands with my husband, and I was in the sun, and I am very sensitive to the sun. I get headaches right away. So right away I started to feel that neck tension headache, and I didn't know if it was from the sun or what it was. Looking back, it was probably a mix of the sun and I needed to eat again. But my day yesterday, Mondays are very, very busy for me with the kids and their activities and things like that. So I didn't get to eat until dinner time. For dinner, I was starving because I didn't have another meal in between. And I've been trying to eat more because when I did my stats from day 1 to week 1, I lost a little bit of weight, and I do not want to lose any more weight. If anything, I want to gain weight and gain more muscle. So I am tracking every week only because I want to see where I'm at. And so I'm trying to eat more to make sure that I get enough protein and enough fat in my body to not lose more weight, since that is not my goal. So I got these shoulder lamb chops. They were similar to the ones that I talked to you about last week that were absolutely delicious, but these had more bone in them. They were still really, really good, but I prefer the other ones. But they didn't have them at the grocery store when I went. But oh my gosh, they are so delicious. I am going to be definitely buying these more often. And then my neck was still hurting a little bit. And like I said, I did have a little bit of anxiousness that day. So that was day 14. I got through it, went to bed late again last night. And so I think I have to reset that kind of just routine for myself. And that's just a personal thing. My husband can go to bed late and wake up at 6 in the morning and be ready to go, have his little coffee, and he's up for the day. Good energy throughout the day. I have never been that person. And people will talk about creating habits and routines. I did for, let's say, 5 years now, about 5 years. Yeah. I have been consistently getting up early to get my workout in. I used to wake up at 4:50 in the morning because I had some girls that had to go to work early so that I can jump on Zoom with them to support them and push play from the comfort of our home and do our workouts. And I used to do that for a really long time. And it did not matter how long I did it for. People say, I no longer need my alarm. I just wake up automatically. No, not for me. Not for me. My body is not built that way. Okay. My body is not built that way. I promise you. So I've gone from 4:50 to 5:30 to 6 o'clock in the morning, especially after having my third baby. It had become very, very hard for me to wake up at the 5 o'clock crew. So I do more of like 6 a.m. I wake up. Sometimes I snooze once and then I get up. I don't put another alarm so that I know that I have to get up because I have a window of getting up, getting my water, brushing my teeth, washing my face, doing all that, coming to this room. This is where I work out and pushing play. And literally, I finish, I say bye to the girls that I have on Zoom, and I'm off to wake up the kids and get breakfast going. I sleep in to the last minute that I can. So, like, my husband laughs at me, but I'm like, every minute counts in my sleep. I love sleeping. I have always loved sleeping. I don't think that that will ever change. And I am just not the type of person that wakes up super energized and ready to go for the day. It takes me a while to get up and get going and to have a conversation. So if you ever talk to me super early in the morning, I probably apologize because you will not find the Kristin that has the full energy during the day. Once I get going, I'm good. Lately, coffee does not really wake me up, but it helps a little bit. And I really just, for the most part, miss the taste. That is my comfort of my morning, and water just does not cut it. I've been drinking my water. But that's all. That's all I have for today. So stay tuned for day 15. We are on the halfway mark. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and we're going to push through. We're not going to quit. We're going to keep going. And let me say this before we go. There's been a couple people who have come to me and said, I slipped up. I have to start over like day one. Do not look at it that way, okay? You don't have to say, oh, it's day one again. Just keep going. There might be a little slip up. There might be, you might have had a piece of fruit or whatever it was that you quote unquote cheated on. But that doesn't take away all the hard work that you've been doing so far. So I promise you, you'll be okay. Jump back on the wagon, pick yourself up, give yourself a hug, tell yourself some positive reinforcement, and keep going. I hope you have a beautiful day, and I will see you again tomorrow.